Good morning. Whether you are here in the sanctuary or you're watching from at home or our library, it's wonderful for us all to be together. As we prepare for worship this morning, I share the words of Amy Lowell. May they help center our minds and our hearts for worship. 'Tis you that are the music, not your song. The song is but a door which, opening wide, lets forth the pent-up melody inside. Your spirit's harmony, which clear and strong sing but of you. Throughout your whole life long, your songs, your thoughts, your doings, each divide this perfect beauty. Waves within a tide, or single notes amid a glorious throng, the song of earth has many different chords. Ocean has many moods and many tones, yet always ocean. In the damp spring woods, the painted trillium smiles while crisp pine cones, autumn alone can ripen. So is this, one music with 1,000 cadences. Come, my friends, and let's worship together.
It's time for us to light our chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist tradition. Would a volunteer be willing to come forward and light our chalice flame today? Maybe one of our children or someone of any age can come and help us. Sasha will help you if you need help. Please rise now, as you're able, for our chalice lighting words, which are on your screen. Let's say them together as our chalice is lit. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. And now please remain standing for our opening hymn. Today it's number 361 in your gray hymnal. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Welcome to the Morristown Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. I am Barbara Castellano-Stasiak, your worship associate today. Whoever you are and whatever spiritual journey led you to us today, you are welcome here. I especially want to take a moment to welcome any newcomers who are here with us this morning. If you have not already done so, I invite you to fill out a visitor card after the service to help us get connected with you and you with us. You can also talk to today's welcome ambassador, Marjorie Wormser. Marjorie's right over there. And she would love to meet you and answer any questions you may have. So Marjorie will be here, and we are a community of all ages and needs, but we all worship together. There are many different ways that you can join us on Sunday mornings, including here in our sanctuary, in our library, or online. Our library is an especially good place if you or a loved one need a little break from the service, to talk or to get all the wiggles out. And we have a screen so you will not miss any of the service. You can find the library right outside our sanctuary on the left. There are always many things going on here at Morristown UU. You can learn about some of these activities on our website at muuf.org, on the back of your order of service, or in our weekly e-newsletter. This morning, I'd like to highlight just a few of those. First, our Soul Matters UU Writers adult class begins today at 11:30, I think in the dining room. And UU Writers is a powerful tool for self-expression and spiritual exploration. Join us and learn how to use writing to deepen your connection to yourself and to others. Our first Odyssey program of the season is also today. Please enjoy the special coffee hour treats, and then, which is the coffee hour hosted by our featured member, Carolyn Schwartz, and then return to the meeting room at 11:40 to watch Carolyn's Odyssey video. A question and answer period will follow. Our building addition grows closer to completion daily, and we look forward to our ribbon cutting on November 17th. If you'd like your name included on the donor wall, here's a gentle reminder that donations must be made toward your capital campaign pledge by this Friday, October 18th. We also encourage additional gifts towards mortgage prevention. Immediately after the service, Sharif and Franklin will be available right here in the meeting room to provide more information. This year's service auction on November 16th will be the first event held in the new two-family hall. The auction is our biggest annual fundraiser and funraiser. If you've never attended a service auction event before, please visit our table in the terrace room today to learn how you can get involved. If you're a seasoned attendee, come share your favorite ideas and find inspiration for your next offering. Also, if you want to sign up for a cinema circle, you can see Rita Morris this morning in the Great Hall. Again, you can learn more about all these activities and many more in our newsletter, on our website, and in your order of service. Finally, please join us for our social hour after the service. And now we will have a special announcement from our board. Jean is here.
Good morning, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Jean Kraft, and I currently serve the fellowship on the board as the secretary. And so today I want to update you on what we did during the board retreat this summer. And this information will also be available to everybody, so you have a copy. The Board of Trustees was thrilled to be joined by Reverend Sasha at our annual retreat in August. We shared our backgrounds, affirmed our covenantal relationship, difficult word for me, ate amazing vegan food prepared by Hazel and John, and adored restorative Tai Chi light. Thank you, Al Chu. We reviewed our strategic plan and last year's goals, which many of you may remember included ministerial search, check, done. Our new addition, almost done. Our policy governance implementation journey and communication flow. We then did the major work of the retreat, developing two important topics for the fellowship year ahead: the vision of ministry and open questions. In implementing policy governance, which is based on the Hotchkiss model, this is the first edition. 2 copies are available in the library. There's a second edition that was published in 2016 that we will be getting copies for the library as well. Open questions are a way for the board to listen to the awareness and insights of the congregation. We invite the congregation to help us find answers to a few of the most important questions that have bubbled up from discussions during the previous year. These open questions are limited in number so that we can search deeply for answers during the discussion meetings. The vision of ministry is a list of top priority goals. It's developed over time from discussions of the yearly open questions. So this year's Open questions, discussions will inform next year's vision of ministry, and also by issues that arise by other means. This year's vision of ministry was proposed by Reverend Sasha using the congregational input from the ministerial search cottage meetings that many participated in last year and the candidating week. It embraces our interim mission statement, which, to remind everyone, is to nurture a spiritual home where all are welcome and encouraged to participate in a universal search for truth and meaning while working together to build a fair and peaceful world. Our annual vision of ministry contains 3 major elements, which you have already started to experience in Reverend Sasha's services in September, and also for any of you who have scheduled and had your one-on-one meetings with Reverend Sasha. They include, number 1, nurturing our spiritual home and furthering our search for truth and meaning through worship and religious education, and this includes the use of the Soul Matters thematic ministry curriculum for the year. Number 2, working to ensure all are welcome and encouraged to participate by fostering deeper community connections through relationship building and enhanced communication. You'll see more of that as the year rolls out. And finally, working to build a fair and peaceful world. And this involves working with our existing, as well as some new social justice teams. The final segment of the board retreat was to discuss our open questions that we will be discussing this year. This is a key part of our policy governance journey in which we discuss topics that are important to our future ministries. Open questions don't have simple yes or no answers, but are rather questions which require congregational discernment and discussion. Our exploration with you about these open questions will enable us to clearly articulate our vision of ministry in the years ahead. This year's open questions discussion will inform the vision of ministry for next year and the years beyond. At the retreat, we came to consensus to explore the following 3 open questions with the entire congregation in the year ahead. Number 1, what does it mean to be welcoming? We say that all the time. What does it mean? Number 2, how do we thoughtfully use our expanded space and facilities? That's a beautiful new building, and we should use it well. And finally, what is our mission? We have an interim mission statement, but we will be gathering input on a deeper level about what that means to each of us. The board has asked our Committee on Ministries to engage the whole congregation in an exploration of these 3 open questions in the year ahead. We will share our learnings throughout the year and then have this content available to build and expand in our next vision of ministry. Thank you so much. We are very much looking forward to the year ahead. This is something new and different for us, and I think it'll be a wonderful experience. For any of you who are now sort of thinking, wait, what? Open questions, vision of ministry, what is that? Reverend Sasha and I will be available after the service today for any questions that you may have. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jean. And I hope what you spoke today might be available to read somewhere, so some of us get it better that way. Thank you. And now our Director of Religious Education, Nick, will be joining us for a story.
I'm here. All right, I would like to see if any of the kids want to come out and help me tell a story. No? I know you guys are playing over there, and it's very fun. So come up here and help me tell a story. I need you to help me act it out, because it's an old story with some feeling and excitement. I feel like this is the look I get from a lot of folks when they come up here. Thanks, Charlotte. Yeah, we have to do stuff. Come here. All right. So I'm going to tell you guys a story, and you guys are going to go up there and act it out a little bit. We're going to do it. We're going to work out together. So let's sit down for a second. Because if I stand up, I walk around too much, and I drive the camera people crazy. So I'm going to sit down. I'm rooted. I'm going to tell a story about one of my favorite periods in history, a long time ago. It's about people who are known for quality beards. Do you think I know who it is? No, older than that. Also, Civil War is also known for quality beards, but longer before that. Over on the other side of the Atlantic. Huh? You got it? No? No? Something in Europe? Good. That's the other side of the Atlantic. Good job. Deductive. Vikings. I'm going to tell a Viking story. All right? So I need you guys to help me be some Vikings. You think you can do that? All right. I need a king. Who wants to be my king? Paisley? All right, Paisley. Stand up here, be my king. Right in the middle. Now, Viking kings are tough. Can you be tough? Show me how tough. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. You got to pretend. Acting is about pretending, right? So you may not be able to be tough in real life, but you can be. And also, I know you're kind of tough because you're a middle sibling, and middle siblings have to, stick up for themselves. I guess. I don't know. I'm an oldest. Yes. We're the best. Yes. Just kidding. All right. So, you're our tough king. Now, I need 2 other kings who are very brief parts, because they go and do things. Who wants to be a quick part? You can maybe play 2 roles, because there's not a whole bunch of you. All right, Charlotte, you're a king. Go stand up there. Charlotte, you're the other king. Go stand up there. All right. We're going to start the story, and then we'll add some more characters as we go. So there were 3 kings. King Magnus in the middle, King Olaf over here, and King Thor over here. Now, King, I'm going to assign this based on sass that I'm getting right now. So, King Thor was a tough and powerful warrior. Can you be tough and powerful? Come on. Oh my goodness. All right. And King Thor went off to conquer lands. King Thor, go off and conquer lands. You can just sit over here. You'll get another roll, don't worry. King Olaf wasn't a very good ruler and didn't do a whole lot. So can you pretend not doing a whole lot? For those who don't know, this is my daughter. I don't treat all children like this, just the ones who shouts the most. Can you pretend to not do anything? Good, doing a great job, A+. But King Magnus was a great ruler who worked on building up Norway, right? Building churches and castles and markets and creating all sorts of great things. Now, all right, King Olaf, you sit down. Now I need Ivan. Can someone be Ivan? Ivan is a bard. Does anyone know what a bard is? Is it a boat? Nope. Good guess. Not a boat. Vikings do like boats. A bard. Does anyone else here know what a bard is? Irene? A singer. A singer and a poet. All right. Anyone want to be my singer or poet? All right, Grace, you got it. All right, stand up here with your sister. Now, she was the best and made King Magnus so happy. So can you pretend to sing? And King Magnus, can you be so happy about it? Pretend to sing. Sing nice and loud. La la. Oh, very good. Very good. Okay. Good. Now, Ivan had a brother who came and visited him. Can we have a brother? Yeah? Come on. Stand up here. Come and visit him. All right. Now, the brother was trying to get a job with the king's court, because Ivan was such a important person in the king's court that the king gave him lots of money and food and things. Can you give your sister lots of pretend money? No? Okay, there you go. Good job. Okay. And so the brother wanted a job, but the brother was a fierce warrior. Be a fierce warrior for me. Oh, come on. Yeah, all right, good. Berserker, I love it. All right, but the king kind of liked peace. The crazy brother, the warrior brother already went off. So there was nothing for the warrior king, for the brother to do. So the brother went home. So you stay there. We're in the Magic Theater. Can you two sit down? Now, Alex, can you go stand up there? Oh, before the king went home, Ivan said, hey, my girlfriend is at home. Can you tell her how much I love and miss her? All right, so the brother's going to bring the story to the girlfriend here. Can you pretend to be Alice's girlfriend? Or not Alice's girlfriend. But instead of saying how much Ivan missed her, he proposed to her. Can you propose? Do you know how people propose? They get down on one knee. They go like this. Can you do it? They go like this. Come on, get down on one knee for me. No, get down on one knee. Come on. No, all right, fine. I'm not going to force you guys to do anything. And the girlfriend, and she said, what'd she say? Yes? She said yes. Yay! And then they got married. We don't have to pretend to do that. All right, so you guys sit down. So now, can Magnus and Ivan stand back up? Ivan, you can just stand up. Grace, can you stand up? Now, word got back to poor Ivan that his girlfriend was stolen by his brother. And how do you think Ivan felt? Very sad, right? Can you be very sad? Come on, be sad. Right? Come on, give me some. You know, the key to stage crying is to do a lot of head shaking. Right? Okay. There we go. Yeah, we got it. All right, perfect. So, because Ivan was so sad, Ivan wasn't inspired to sing beautiful songs or write beautiful poetry, which made Magnus sad. Can you be sad for me? Stand up and be sad for me. Okay, good. Okay. All right, I'm asking a lot. I know I'm putting you on the spot here. And so, but Magnus had an idea. I'm a great king, and I give things to people because I'm generous. So, he offers Ivan some gold. Can you try to give them gold? And Ivan says, no, I'm still too sad to sing and poetry. I'm sure Ivan took it, let's be fair. And he said, all right, fine. I'm going to take you to some of the greatest houses in the world, in our country, and meet some beautiful women. Maybe you'll find a new girlfriend. What do you think? It's a very old-timey thing, so it's very male-centered and heteronormative. I apologize to everyone, but that's where we're at. Okay, so can someone be a beautiful girlfriend? All right, Charlotte, you want to go up there? Or Alice, you want to go stand up there and be our... You can also be more roles. I know I put you over there, but you can go sit over there with everyone else so we can... All right, so let me see. Alice, can you give Grace a hug? And then Grace, can you say no? I know you guys like to give each other hugs all the time, so this isn't hard. No, say no. You're supposed to not want it. Because you're still so sad because your girlfriend back in... Oh, you're from Iceland. I forgot that important story. From Iceland, ditched you. Right, for your brother. You're very upset. So still be sad. Can you be sad? Do sad again. You did a really good job. All right, perfect. There we go. All right, we got it. So, these things weren't working. King Magnus thought he had all the answers, all the things that make people happy, and he thought he was going to make his friend Ivan happy, so Ivan could sing beautiful songs and write beautiful poetry. None of that happened. So what do you think Magnus did next? He tried giving him all the cool things. What do you think? What? No? Hey, here's a hint. Does anyone know what our theme, the monthly Soul Matters theme is this month? Deep listening. Very good. All right. So he said, after I'm done with my work for the day, holding court and ruling over this fine kingdom, you come over. Alice, can you sit down please now? Your character is out of the story now. All right, great. Grace, can you stand up, please? You guys are being too silly. All right. Afterwards, I'm done ruling. You come over, we'll have dinner, and you just talk. So, Grace, can you tell your... So then, Ivan would tell Magnus stories of his girlfriend, who he missed, or his home in Iceland, who he also missed, and his parents and his families. Can you pretend to tell the king some stories?
Talk.
Oh, I love it. Talk. Very good. Love it. All right. And over time, guess what happened to Ivan after he was talking to the king? And the king, what did the king do? The king try to fix Ivan's problems at that point? No, he already tried that and it didn't work. So now what is he doing? Listening, right? And so after a little bit, what do we think happened to Ivan? Do you think Ivan continued to be sad because he was talking about all the things he missed? Takes a nap. Well, this is over days, so there's presumably some sleeping going on in here. What else? What do you think happens to Ivan? Anyone? Yeah, Paisley?
He got over his girlfriend.
Oh, he got over all the things that made him sad because he was telling them. And Magnus, so who is the hero of our story, right? And then he got better, and then he started singing great songs and telling great poetry, right? Can you pretend to sing some songs for us? All right, everyone give her a round of applause. Yay, wonderful. Okay. Now, keep the applause going. Everyone stand up and bow. If you're in the play, stand up and bow. Or if you're not, stand up anyway. Bow, bow, bow. Rick, call. Okay, very good. Sit down. Sit down with me. Sit down with me real quick. So, you played a very important role. You were off conquering other lands, as Vikings do, doing good Viking things. Who is the hero of that story? Ivan or Magnus? Well, Ivan was certainly the main character, but who was the hero? And why was King Magnus the hero? Because he was listening, right? Listen to the choir over here. They'll tell you all the answers. They know what's going on, right? He was listening, deep listening to his friend, right? He didn't try to solve the problems. They just sat around like friends and listened. Sometimes that's all we need to do is just listen to a friend, right? We don't need to fix things. We can just listen. Okay? All right. Let's go sit back down.
Now it's time for our milestones and passages. Sometimes we come to this sacred space with a whole bunch of things in our hearts. Perhaps you welcomed a new baby, or you lost a loved one. Maybe you got a new job, or you have a health concern. And whatever your joy, your sorrow, or concern, you can share it in our service with one another by filling out our milestones and passages form before 9 a.m. on Sunday morning. You can find the form by following the link in your newsletter, and you can also fill out one of our milestones and passages cards before the service. This morning we have a few to share, and please respond after each by saying we hold you in our hearts. This morning we send all of our love to our LGBTQ community members who participated in National Coming Out Day, which was on October 11th. Whether you came out for the very first time or coming out has been a gradual process for you of many years, you are loved for who you are. And if you are not yet ready to come out, or it is not yet safe for you to do so, know that you too are deeply loved. We hold you in our hearts. This morning, Jerry and Marty Weinstein share the joy that they are celebrating their 55th wedding anniversary. We hold you in our hearts. This morning, Helene and Paul Firm bring greetings from Susan Lalsel. They say they visited Susan in France. Susan is a former member here, where she is now living and working on an organic pig farm with her partner, Carl. We hold you in our hearts. This morning, Tanya Van Order is so pleased to have a dear old friend visiting our congregation today. His name is Steve. We hold you in our hearts. Let's go ahead and take a quiet moment now for the prayers and meditations of our own hearts. Let's take a moment to close our eyes, if that's something we'd like to do, and get comfy in our chairs. Takes a few moments to breathe. Hear the breaths of those around you. Hear this community that holds you. Feel the spirit of life and love holding all of us in this still moment, holding all. Let's take a moment of silence together. Amen, and blessed be. And now please remain seated as we sing together number 1013 in your teal hymnal, Open My Heart.
I'm going to play this once through first, and then I'll assign the different roles to come in for the four parts. This time, though, we'll do it something a little different. If your favorite season is autumn, come in first. If your favorite season is winter, come in second. If your favorite season is spring, come in third. And if your favorite season is summer, come in fourth. I'll play it once first. I don't usually mention notational things, but there's only two things to know. The white notes are twice as long as the black notes. The black notes are the short notes, white notes are the longer notes. And this helps for this because it's not a typical 3, it's in 3, but rather than parallel, it's a retrograde. So I mean, it starts with long, short, short, long. That's a little unique. To all that I see. So it is in a pretty tight rhythm, so you stay right on that strong beat on 1. Open my heart to all that I seek. Let me be part of the love you give. So I'll call out the parts and I'll do the numbers, show the numbers, and I will sing with you when they come in. Open my heart. 2. Open my heart. 3. Open my heart. And last. Open my heart. Renaissance Polyphony. Beautiful job, everyone. I heard all the voices. Very nice. Give yourselves a round of applause. That was lovely.
Reverend Sasha invited me to share a reflection today on this month's theme of deep listening. I was inspired to ponder listening with my heart via a blog post from a current PhD candidate. She wrote about the words, "only connect." Those words open Howard's End, a novel that was the focus of my own dissertation years ago, about a pastoral theme that dates 2,000 years back to Virgil, but was resung by E.M. Forster in 1920s England, where trains and motor cars disturbed the beauty of country life. Only connect is the epigraph of that novel, which questions whether we can connect the passion and the prose of life to truly connect with one another across our multiple barriers and boundaries. Alison Brown's blog was about shared reading groups where participants can gain a deeper connection to one another and to the broader world. She wrote that in reading literature, we embark on an unpredictable journey through the human condition and are provided a direct window into the inner thoughts and experiences of others. A situation, a place, an experience in the text expands our sense of self and the world to accommodate new realities and new possibilities. I think that we at MUF do the same kind of listening with the heart in our cinema circles, sharing our feelings and perceptions about what we've all watched. Our covenant circles, our music circles, our writer circles, all of these help us to only connect. During my recent visit to Morocco, I got to drum with a folk musician from Ghana, taste warm milk from a mother camel, join a caravan on the sands of the Sahara. I sat in the tent of nomads, visited the hut of shepherds, met ceramic tile artisans and fig and date farmers. One local woman held my hand as she led me to feed alfalfa to her goats. My first hotel was a luxurious riad, full of intricate mosaics, flowing fountains, balconies under open sky. But I also had a home dinner down the street with a family where the dad is a master carver, the mom a cooking teacher, and the oldest son is studying computer science, AI in particular, at the university in Rabat. He spoke Berber, Amazigh, plus Moroccan Arabic, French, and English. I practiced saying salam alaikum and merci, shukran. But even when we had no common spoken language, all our hosts offered hugs and hospitality and mint tea to us visitors as we tried to listen with our hearts and understand their lives. In our circles at home and abroad, we can be listening with all of our senses, not just our ears, feeling compassion, courage, comprehension, clasping hands across barriers, resisting impulses to speak so we can hear others, building consensus, culling wisdom from our encounters, sometimes feeling contrition for what we may have thought before our spiritual vision and hearing were made more resonant by our attempts to only connect. And now we come to the time in our service each Sunday when we pause to offer our gifts of financial support to this congregation. Your donation, large or small, makes a big difference, making possible all that we do here together. It also helps make our world a better place. That's because each Sunday we give at least half of the money we collect to an organization that is doing good work to advance our Unitarian Universalist values of love, justice, equity, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, and generosity. Today, in the wake of a second nightmarish storm in the many weeks, we are once again sharing our whole plate with the UUA Disaster Relief Fund. Your donation today allows our UU Association to respond flexibly to current disaster needs, as well as to all emergency situations as they arise. The Disaster Relief Fund disperses grants to UU congregations, as well as recognized UU nonprofit entities impacted by Hurricane Milton, Hurricane Helene, and other disasters. Our Disaster Relief Fund is part of a covenant between Unitarian Universalist Association and congregations, between congregations who give generously and those in need. And with our community partners, this work enables us to embody our faith and values. You may give in our collection plate or by following the instructions printed in your order of service and shown on the screen. Thank you in advance for your generosity. And now will the ushers please come forward to receive our gifts as we sing about autumn.
I'd like to read the text first for this, for today's theme and our month's theme, October's theme of listening. We will be presenting a song that truly is about deep listening musically and deep listening spiritually. Feel the falling air, the light becoming golden. Trees their colors wear, deep and all enfolding. The autumn leaves embracing, but soon they all must fall. The summer green erasing to answer winter's call. And here once again, familiar paths I wander. Through the westmark wind, living earth I ponder. Though fading days are colder, and soon the darkness long, my spirit fire grows bolder, and in my heart a song. Even when shadows lengthen, I'm here where I belong.
Trees their colors wear.
Today, instead of delivering all 3 parts of the sermon, because we're running a little bit late, I'm going to deliver just the first part. And then we will go directly into our hymn after that. So I wonder if any of you have ever visited this congregation's whispering wall. The whispering wall, yes. The whispering wall is one of my favorite parts of this sacred space that we call our spiritual home. You can reach it by going down a grassy hill to our walking labyrinth, the same labyrinth that is depicted over there on the rainbow-colored banner to your left. A few feet from the labyrinth, there lies a long, curved red brick wall, the whispering wall. In front of the whispering wall in the heart of the labyrinth, you'll find a stepping stone. And if you stand on the stepping stone and speak, something magical happens. Your words fly back to you. And if you bring a friend, and each of you stands on opposite sides of the whispering wall and speaks, something even more amazing happens. The softest whisper is carried from the mouth of one person to the ear of the other. My understanding is that this happens because the whispering wall has a special shape. It's curved like a bow or a bowl, and so when sound flows inside of it, the wall catches the sound and sends it back out to you louder than before. It's a natural amplifier. Our hearts are kind of like whispering walls. A listening heart helps us to hear the still, small voice within each person more clearly. Last week, we explored the idea of the still, small voice. Within each and every one of us is a quiet voice that speaks to us of what is most trustworthy, of what is good and right for us, of the possibility of a better tomorrow, and of what love calls us to do. Some may call it the voice of intuition or conscience. Some may call it our deepest and most authentic self, or as I like to call it, our soul. Whatever we call the still, small voice within us, it's important that we take the time to listen to it. But it isn't important just to listen to our own inner voices. After all, we are not the only people in the world. We share this planet with countless others. We are part of families and communities. We have friends and neighbors. Each and every person around us, each and every individual in this world we share has a still small voice within them. And we can learn to hear these still small voices too. And our hearts, our inner whispering walls, can help us to do that. It's as the German-American philosopher and theologian Paul Tillich once said, all things and all people call on us in small or loud voices. They want us to listen. They want us to understand their intrinsic claims, their justice of being, but we can give it to them only through the love that listens. The love that listens is a hospitable love. And what do I mean by that? What do I mean by hospitable love? You know, there's a song that always gets stuck in my head when I preach about love. Or rather, a few lines from the song start rattling around in my brain, and I'll probably be singing these words for a few days once again. But that's okay because I love them. Maybe you've heard this song before yourself. It's called Love Someone by Lucas Graham. It's the one that goes, when you love someone, you open up your heart. When you love someone, you make room. And that right there is hospitable love. When you open up your heart and you make room. Room in your busy schedule to be present to another person. Room in your busy mind to really stop and listen to them. Room in your full heart to open yourself to your fellow human being. That is hospitable love, a listening heart. Like the curved brick of the whispering wall, a listening heart is open. It invites another inside the same way that a wide open door invites us inside. You know, have you ever heard somebody tell you a story, a personal story from their own life that really moved you? And maybe even made a big impact on your own life? When you listened to the story, your heart was probably wide open to the person who shared it. When we truly listen, others' emotions and experiences echo within our own hearts, deepening our understanding, just like the softest voices from the whispering wall amplify their sound. So much is possible when we open our hospitable hearts to listen to one another. Let's go ahead now and rise in body or spirit. We're going to go ahead and go right to our closing hymn. It's number 1029 in your blue hymnal. Love knocks and waits for us to hear, one of my very favorite hymns. It's time now for us to bring our time of worship to a close, but as we extinguish this chalice flame, its light will continue to burn in our hearts. As we go out into our daily lives, I leave you with the words of my colleague, the Reverend Joe Cleveland. May we be a people of deep listening, committed listening, a listening that leads to healing, a listening that leads to wholeheartedness, a listening that helps us grow in compassion, a listening that helps you discern an action for justice making that you can make, a listening that nurtures the self-change. May you find your practice of listening to be a blessing for yourself. May your listening be a blessing to others. Listen. Amen. Blessed be, and go in peace.